Dun, 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 dun. The Hobbit motion picture trilogy, Middle Earth strategy game by Games Workshop. I've never, ever, ever built any of these models. I've never delved into this game. I've always thought about it. And I said, you know what? Let me jump in. Let's take a look. I've never reviewed any of these guys. I'm intrigued. There is interest for me to jump right in and take a look. And again, this is the Hobbit miniature strategy game. So for folks that don't know, in addition to a lot of the other games that Games Workshop has made, which is kind of funny because, if you want to hear more about this, we actually talk about this in the State of Geek show we did on Thursday. But it's no secret that Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, or 40K, they use a lot of names of things, and they, because in that world there are ogres, there are orcs, there are goblins, but they have a tendency to name them differently. And the reason that Games Workshop did this was because they wanted to copyright their IP. And we talk a little bit about it in this show. I'm not going to go into it in depth. But it's funny enough that in full circle, what ended up happening later on was they acquired the rights to make the Lord of the Rings Tolkien game, which came out really when the movies, so when the Lord of the Rings movies came out, the Hobbit movies came out, they jumped on making a miniature version of the game, a war game. Very different than 40K, very different than their Age of Sigmar IP. So we're going to take a look. What I got as my first set was Thorn, Oakenshield, and Company. So I wanted this set particularly because if I never play this game, I love these characters. So for folks that don't know, this is from The Hobbit. When Bilbo sets out on his adventure, he sets off with Gandalf and a bunch of other dwarves to go on a great epic journey. So I was like, if I'm going to own any model set, this is probably going to be good. Same thing with Lord of the Rings. If I'm going to do a second model set, I'm definitely going to get the Fellowship of the Ring. So I have all the major characters. And then if I start to like the game, I'll probably get into the infantry and stuff. But we're going to take a look. This is my first review of one of these. I never did one before. So this box set me back about $45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And again, it is a company of 13, because Gandalf is not technically part of the company. 13, quite a lucky number, even though it's not a very lucky number. So don't know if the value probably. I mean, this game in general is a lot more expensive than Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, or 40K. So if you're looking to jump into this, get ready. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot more. But we're going to take a look. We're going to see what happens. Obviously, very heavily, as I said before, very heavily themed on the movie. All of these pieces are going to be in the sculpt of the movie. So they will be in the movie scope. Just going to take. But yeah, and part of the reason why this game is a lot more is that, for the most part, most of the pieces for the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings game, are made by their Forge World company, which is their higher echelon model company that Games Workshop has. So things are not always as cheap in there. Alright, let's take a look. And now it should be mentioned, you have two alternative poses, Thorin Oakenshield and Bilbo. Okay, it can be alternatively posed. Let's see what our sprues look like. Oh wow, okay. So this is going to be a really fast model kit building session, guys, because they're like mostly assembled. So if you look at the sprues, we'll take a look at the sprues really quick. You'll probably notice, like, I literally, for Gandalf, I'm putting on one arm. Like, these are insanely fast to build. Yeah, most of the time you're just sticking on him, you're just totally cutting out. So it's a mixture of some of these models are just ready to go, Some of them are not. You're putting their hands on. That's interesting. I wonder why they're built that way. Should also mention, absolutely no instructions. There are no instructions in that box at all. There are no rules in that box. I don't know how to play these. So I will tell you one thing about the Lord of the Rings game. You have to buy the rule books because there is literally no rules in here. Wow. So how do you know how to put this together? I mean, obviously, some of it is self-explanatory. Like Gandalf's body is larger than all the other little shiznicks. Oh, this is intriguing. Now, where did I put my tools to actually build this? I think I did something amazing. I think I put them inside of another box. Let's see if I was that smart. No, my stuff's not hanging down there. And again, guys, sorry for the late night nature of this video. I promise tomorrow. I've been getting home so late that it's just been like a heck and a half. I just got a phone for you guys. Oh my god. Let me stop yawning. Alright, sorry guys, I gotta just take one step away. I'll be right back. Oh god. Alright. Keep running my own foot over. Okay. Let's start building. I didn't have anything I needed. The only thing that's, I guess they're all the same bases, right? Because they're all... I think the Lord of the Rings game, if I'm not mistaken, uses a little bit of a different system when it comes to characters. One of the things I do like about the Lord of the Rings strategy game, if you watch any battle reports, and like I said, if you dig this and you want to see more of this, I might try to get into this game. It's a whole nother game, and like I said, unfortunately, unlike, I say it a lot about GW, about Warhammer and Age of Sigmar, that there are some cost problems I have with their game, which is why I'm starting to explore some of the other games that are out there. I may have to sand that down. It'll do it. But yeah, that's why I'm exploring things like Marvel Crisis Protocol. I mean, not only am I exploring them because of the cost effectiveness, they're also very different games. And I'm a big Marvel fan, so to have those characters in that format with that kind of rule set, I think is pretty awesome. But I want to explore some of the other games that are out there for this reason, because like games like this, which I know if I started to play I would love, are just, unfortunately, very, very expensive. Like in this game, there's a smog model that they have that that's like almost $500. Now, that being said, if you think about the models themselves, like this is Gandalf, and like I said, that's it. Gandalf's done. Just gotta get him on base. So this is gonna be it's gonna be a much faster put together video than I thought it was gonna be. But like, if you think of Gandalf, Gandalf is this size. So just think about that in relation to like one of my fingers. So the Smog model is huge, but it's like extremely expensive. Extremely expensive. I would have thought Gandalf was on a larger base, but I think they gave me all the same size bases. So I don't think Gandalf can be. And there you go. Gandalf the Grey. But the sculpts are really good. Like, they're very, very good. I'm not lying. Like, I mean, it's GW, so we know the sculpts are going to be good. But what I do like about this game, one of the fine, cool principles of it, was I really liked how they have rules for, like, if you're on mount and if you if you roll certain ways with damage, that the mount can die and the person just falls off the mount. And they actually, when they give you a mounted unit, they will give you a model on mount and a model off of mount, so that in game you can actually address that they went off. Yeah, like I said, going to be a fast model build because I literally didn't have to do anything to him. That's the dwarf that eats all the time. I don't remember what their names are. I've forgotten. Yeah, like literally. Okay, some of them have quivers and stuff. They have alternative. He doesn't, because he literally just sports his He just sports his kitchenware. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to use the box because I don't know. I don't remember the weapons that these guys hold. I think that's Thor. I would think that that's Thor Oakenshield. And then my alternatives with Thor Oakenshield. What can I do with them? Yeah, I want Thor Oakenshield to have. There's Bilbo. Because Bilbo's a hobbit, so he's like insane. Yeah, he's gonna have Sting, because that's. Am I giving him a walking stick? That's not happening. So let's get that alternative out of the way. And then we're gonna give him Sting. Sting! Elves has made it. Nasty elves. I can't really do it. I can't do a good Gollum. I can't. Nasty hobbit. Yeah, I can't do it. It's such a wacky voice. Nasty elves made it. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do like a crazy psychotic voice. But that's like I said. I'm intrigued by this game. Like, it's a game that I would at least, if anything, like I don't mind buying a few models, because I'll buy a few models that before I glue this on wrong. Oh. I will say from an assembly perspective, they assemble really nice. Like, they have, I don't know if you could see that, but there's like a groove niche where you put that in. You can see it there. Like, they fit real nice to get, but yeah, I want, my Bilbo's gonna be packing. Nasty Hobbits. I used to be able to do it. I can't do it anymore. Shire. I can't. Oh, it comes out so bad. Because he always says that guttural. That's what. What's his face? Did. Like almost like he's coughing or choking. Because it's like reverberal phlegm. Nasty Hobbitses. Potatoes. I always think of Samurai Gunji just saying potatoes. Oh, that is another one. Does he have a thing on the back? Yeah. See, what is this thing on the back? What do you have, dude? You got arrows? I don't remember them having arrows, and I can't see what they have on their back. Oh, this is gonna be great. Nasty hobbits. Eve. Nasty elves tangled it. When they tie him in the elvish rope. It burns. It burns. Now I want Gollum. Which Gollum is a model. If I'm not mistaken, if you have Gollum on your army, I think he just like buffs because like he will die instantly if he like is in combat. Because he's freaking Gollum. Like, obviously, like the undead spectral army, like those kinds of things I might do. But I definitely think for the first two sets, and I may do them just as a little bit of an intrigue difference. I think I'm gonna do the Fellowship of the Ring too. I want to do the Fellowship of the Ring guys. Boromir, Legolas, Gimli, son of Gloin. I will not be copyright struck if I hum it. But yeah, it's really funny because like when GW started, like I said before, they did such an effort to make these unique names for all these fantasy-based characters, not to call them elves and goblins, and something that was something that they could actually copyright, because you cannot copyright elves and goblins and because they're generic terms. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. I like that sculpt. So it actually looks like he is in like mid-process of throwing a slingshot. I will say I was impressed with the models when I would see them, because I think they have a lot of range of action. All the Lord of the Rings models don't feel like stagnant characters. They feel like they are definitely on the move, doing stuff. Now, I don't know if the reason that these guys are a little less complicated is because they are dwarves and hobbits. So they're pretty, but again, Gandalf was a full guy, so. Alright, so far we're doing pretty good. It looks like they do have arrows. Thor, I want to just do Thor Oakenshield. But I don't see his alternative, because I want him to have Thor Oakenshield. I want him to actually have the Oakenshield. Because I would say that's probably my only... Oh, there we go. My only criticism is that when they do alternate poses, so like Thor Oakenshield is right here, but they put his arms like kind of in a spot that you don't know where they are. They're up here, but you kind of have to know what you're looking at in order to find it. Now, I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to throw GW under the bus for this. I think they have assembly guides online. I think they just, with this game, this game, like I said, has had such a weird, it's had such a weird life. Like, they got this license, the movie, obviously when the movies were coming out, then the movies came out, and they do this sometimes, GW, a lot, which is... they will pretend... Oh, that looks so bad. Why do I feel like I'm putting it on the wrong guy? Hold on. Is there another guy that looks more like... Oh. Yeah, no, that's not Thor Oakenshield. That's definitely not Thor Oakenshield. He just doesn't look a lot like his sculpt on the box. No, that's him. Oh, these arms are going to be glued in by now. Yeah. I don't know if I just did... okay. Oop, I just pulled them off. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, but I like Cap... Oh, that's so terrible, that pose. I think maybe it is better to just have the sword. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys like that? Like, maybe I'll put them on the base and see if it makes it any better. I don't think it's going to make it any better, though. Like, do you guys like that? I don't like the... that doesn't look as good. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I like that. Wait. Is he sporting a different sword if I do it? Oh, what? So then... Oh, that doesn't look right. Okay, get that off. Ah, crap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do the shield. I think I'm going to do the other sword. I didn't think I was going to do the other sword. I wanted him to have his Oakenshield. But I really don't like the way they sculpted it. It's so lackluster. It's so lackluster. It's like not even funny. Oh, jeez. I will say, like, out of all the models that I've ever done with like double arms and stuff, oh jeez, I really like the way that yeah, that's so much better. Like, look how much better that pose is with the sword. Yeah, that's the way to go. Which is crazy because they just have his Oakenshield, but it just looks so bad. Yeah, I'm noticing the customize options, not that good. Like really not something I'm feeling. Alright, this is gonna be a really quick video. I thought this was gonna be a lot longer. So then what I might do is we'll take a short commercial break. I'm gonna pop some videos on YouTube, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll do some more Hellboy miniature painting. Maybe we can get Liz done before I head off for the night. All right, that might be pretty good. So I thought this was gonna be like so much longer, and then I open the box and like you put like 2 things on each model and they're done. It's kind of crazy. Now again, like I said, I don't know if that's just the fact that I'm doing the dwarves and hobbits set, so maybe it's just a very easy build. Because they just don't require you to do that much, but it would be interesting to get more. I'm probably going to get more of these. Like I said, this was really just a test to do a little review of it. I have to do a consensus with a few people and see if they actually want, if they actually would play this. Let me just make sure on the box. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, that's why it's not working. Because it's got this, like, way, way more dynamic thing to it. Oh, Jesus. Alright. So you gotta get... Alright, that's got a little bit of a nuanced trick to it. You gotta turn this around. Okay, wow. Eventually it's gonna snap. Alright, there we go. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Dear God, this thing is annoying. Wow. Alright. I'm almost in. Oh, there we go. Wow. That's some sneaky fit there. Did I get it in? Yeah, wow. So, I don't know if you saw how I had to do that, but you got to tuck it under. Yeah, wow. I don't want to ruin the model, but holy free-holies, man. That's something else. That is something else. You got to get that tucked under there. Basically, you have to push it in sideways. So you got to line them up this way and then push it in versus trying to do it that way or this way, which is what I was doing, to get it in there the right way. Because you want to have that downward thrust with the staff. That's what you're looking for the final pose. That's crazy. And then I love how they're using Blood Bowl bases for these guys. Alright, so he's going to be the guy. There's always, whenever they do these types of bases, when they do the slit bases, there's always a guy you have to, like most of the time, the plastic's good enough that you can get away with not having to glue it. There's always one or two models where they just cut the plastic just a little too short. So you got to stick some glue in there. Alright, so let's see. How many of our travelers? 2, 4, 6. So we're halfway through the cavalcade of stars here. Which, for the record, I actually really liked the Hobbit adaptations. Personally, part of the reason why I really dug them was because, you know, similar to how obviously they did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they really like brought out a lot more of the story that other previous either animated incarnations or trilogy or movies had not really addressed. Because even though The Hobbit is a very short book in comparison to the Lord of the Rings series, it's got a rich amount of stuff in it. And a lot of, because, you know, Tolkien in general was a huge was a huge world builder type of person. Alright, so those are the axes we have to put on his back. But before we put the axes on his back, we have to find the axis he's going to hold. Which, because I pulled this out, alright, so he's got, oh, that's the axe, the guy with the axes on the back. Hold on, let me check this out. Oh, he's got the big hammer. I didn't think he had the big hammer. But yeah, Tolkien was a world builder. So, you know, even though The Hobbit is a much smaller book, there's a lot crammed into it because Bilbo, in his journey, you know, what you don't realize at the time when you're reading The Hobbit, obviously, is that not only is Bilbo meeting some of the characters you're going to re-meet in Lord of the Rings, but and setting the stage for some of what's going to happen. But there's also a whole slew of characters that Bilbo is meeting to go through their own sort of crisis. But also, what people don't realize about The Hobbit is how The Hobbit sets up not only the main story of Bilbo's adventure, which it does, but it also sets up sorry guys, I'm trying to use the box because there's no build instructions, and I'm struggling to keep everything on my table and keep this in line because I'm trying to do this while the thing is drying. And from what I can tell, I haven't necessarily gotten this in the right way. I don't think it's it's supposed to look like that. Okay. I gotta just find that magic sweet spot. It's like the last one where you sort of have to play with it until This is tough. This is a tough, like, again, for a small model kit. I don't know if they're upside down, if this arm is upside down. No, it has to go this way. That's not right. Wow. So let's line up his torso. I don't know. I don't know where the sweet spot is for this. I'm not finding it, like where it pops. That's basically what you have to look for when you're doing models like this. Is you have to find a spot where it nestles in. And there's like nothing for you to grab onto. see if like we go higher with it. Wow, this model is really hard. Sorry guys, I gotta take it off camera for just a minute. I want to see if I can figure out the way it's gotta sit in there. Alright, let's just look at one thing. No. No extra bits. Oh, wait a minute. I might have just figured it out. There's a groove in there. Oh my god. Sorry guys. Oh my god, this is taking me forever. I'm trying to keep it on camera, but it's like really starting to get frustrating. Ah, come on. Cannot figure out how this is supposed to go in here. It's like it wants to sit here, but then this arm looks like it's off, so I don't. I'm putting this in. I'm really putting this in just to see if I can. Trying to see if I could use this to help me line up the rest of it, but that doesn't even seem to be going in now. Yeah, this has got to be in the right way first. Oh my god, what is going on? I can't get... Because in the picture, it sort of looks the way that I have it, which is it looks... But see, it's clearly not lined up right. So friggin' frustrating. Alright, I think I'm going to leave him to the side. We'll try doing one of the other ones. I think he's another one that we just cut out. I don't think there's anything else to do for him. He's good to go just as is. Which, like I said, it's interesting that some of them... But I think they do that in this game because of the stature of some of the characters. Because it's such a small model. And GW does it with Warhammer 2, where and then for him, he's got this. I think he's got that. Yeah, he's got to have this. Even though the picture on the box doesn't look like that. It looks like a four-sided, like, metal weapon. It doesn't look like a pick, but it's the only one that makes sense for that model. So, again, he's got a low sweeping motion. See, with these, like I said before, they fit pretty well. Like, once you put them on, they go right into position where they're supposed to go. So, I like how they did these. I don't know why they had to do it so differently for that other guy. I never understood. I never understand with any of GW's models. When I think they have an award-winning way to do it, they always seem to change the way they're going to do it for the model, which I never understand that ever. For the life of me. But they like doing that. I don't know why GW likes doing that. Alright, making progress. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of the company done. Now these guys are pretty boring because you just take them out, but the thing they don't make. Oh, okay. So I didn't even notice that, but they have FF, so they do tell you what, like, where that's supposed to go, which I guess is okay. I mean, they're simple models, so like, you know, can you really be mad at GW because, you know, they didn't give you build instructions to put, literally in most cases. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing a bang-up job of doing stuff off camera. Now that's pretty snug. I mean, you might want to stick some glue in that, but I'm not going to, because it's pretty snug. But yeah, I mean, you are mostly just putting like one piece of something on there, so like I can understand why they didn't waste the time giving you build instructions. Now, one thing that always annoys me about, in particular, GW's, games like this, and sometimes 40K, is that I can tell you for a fact that this model kit they've been selling for a while, and that's one thing I hate, is that they'll just sell the old model kit. And, and we talked about it on other times, they raise the price of stuff too, which I think is extremely unfair. But they do that. Which, like I said, I don't agree with. You know, when you're getting a product that I guess we could have model bashed a little bit with this too. I mean, they don't really have alternative weapons. So, like, when we talk about the main characters in the Lord of the Rings series, most of the time they're always outfitted with the same weapons. It's very rare that they change weapons. I mean, the only time that they'll change weapons is like if they're imbued or inherited by someone and they get it within the quest of the adventure. But for the most part, they stick with the same weapons. And again, like we were talking about before, you'll see CC, so you know what little bits go with what. So that's their way of letting you know. And again, this I think is probably more so true because we're doing we're doing the Bilbo and his traveling companions, which are the dwarves that he traveled with in Lord of the Rings. In The Hobbit, so it might just be like unique to that model kit because the model kit is all the characters in it are pretty small. I didn't even realize that. Forgot that one of the dwarves actually has arrows. I totally forgot. I mean, obviously, again, going back to what I said, this is the movie rendition of these characters. Which they did a pretty good job in the movie, but the one thing that they didn't do in the movie completely is that you don't realize that when they travel, they're actually pairs of twins for the dwarves. There's actually more of them. So we're going to go on this side. So yeah, you can see for my last two, there are no additionals for them. We're just popping them out. So they're going to just be out. And then that's going to be it for this model kit once I get that last guy done that we were having so much trouble with. And this was a pretty fast video. I didn't realize how quick this was going to be. Like I said, if you guys like this, and obviously I know one of the things that everybody will like even more is when I actually do a painting video of these guys. But if you want to see more Lord of the Rings, we're all done, sprues are done. I would consider buying some more. Like I said, a few more. I would probably start with the main characters first of the story, so I could collect them. Again, similar to how, like I said, with the Marvel game, if I ever thought, when I first started buying the Marvel pieces, I said if I didn't like the game, at least I could buy the pieces that I liked. So that I could have those as part of my collection, and then, always expand past that. All right. Back to this monstrosity. Unless let's just try something. No. So sorry guys, I'm staying quiet because I'm trying to figure. Jeez Louise, man. Alright, is it that I gotta go under? I feel like I'm just missing something. It's like something's in my way. This is like so challenging. I don't understand why. See, it keeps wanting to go that high. And if I look, the only problem with that, yeah, it's not sitting in there. See, it wants to go that way, but it's not. That's not, it's too high. Yeah. No. Oh my God, come on. This guy is not coming along okay. Oh my God, why is it so hard? I'm gonna spend 2 hours putting these models together. Oh my Lord. Something's off. Something's off on this model. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's like this. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to spend like 2 hours putting this one stupid model together. But it just doesn't want to flush fit in there, and until I can feel how it's gonna fit, I don't want to put the glue on it. Because I feel like it's just not sitting, and I don't know. Like, no matter how I fit this, I just feel like it's not, and I keep knocking it off. Like, it doesn't want to just go into that groove the right way. Alright, I'm gonna have to just glue it. And then we're going to have to just see if I can get it to fit. Let's just see. Yeah, see, it's just not... And that's my fear, is that I'm going to... See, it's not even sticking to the glue. That's... come on, man. In every kit, there's got to be one guy, one model, where you just struggle. Let me try something. I may have just ruined my chances of getting this to fit, but let's see if I'm right. Gotten it to work. Yeah, basically the issue is that when you try to push it the way that they want it to be, for some reason this arm on this side doesn't want to stay the way that it is. I'm going to put a lot more glue in it. We're going to see if I can get it to stay. But I think that's the best I'm going to get. Which is what you guys see now. I don't think I can get it any better than that. I think that's the way it's supposed to be there. It looks semi-flushed. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. So now what I just did is exactly what I didn't want to do. So that means what that means is, if that happens when you have that tension, so now this just became 10 times harder than it just was. Crap. Yeah, so that means I was providing so much tension that it split. So that means it's definitely in wrong, because it shouldn't have caused the whole model to have split. Alright, here, let's just try it. No, that's 100% wrong if you put it like that. I don't know what to do, man. I don't know if this was made badly, if the mold was made badly. And like if I go online, everyone on their mother is going to tell me how they can't, like, because that's wrong. If that is the right pose, it's not what the box is telling me. Is that? But, and it doesn't look right. I mean, it looks right from the front, but it doesn't look right from the back because it's not. That looks more right. But then it doesn't look like it fits the front right. Yeah, this pose with him holding it like that looks more accurate. But then when I look at it, like, I just don't understand how I was supposed to get those two pieces to line up like that. Oh my god, this is like a nightmare. Come on, man. Well, this is why it's split in two, because I can't find. Oh my god, this is like a nightmare. I've been working on this guy for 40 minutes. This is like ridiculous. All because I can't find the stupid. That's how I know I'm not getting it, because it. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Sorry guys, I know this video is turning out to not be as fun as I thought it was going to be. Here's what we're going to do. Told you. Now watch. So now watch what's going to happen. So we've been doing this for 40 minutes, right? I just found it. I found exactly how this stupid piece was supposed to go on the entire freaking time. And then we'll just make the axis fit the best we can. I'm not going to be able to do this yet. Ah, you suck. You suck. Oh, this model sucks. I had it. I had it. I had it perfectly. I had it perfectly lined up. Oh, you suck. You suck. I had it. I had it. I had it perfect. I had it perfectly lined up. Perfect. Ah, you suck. Yeah, this particular model, I'm not enjoying putting together. I get the theory on what they wanted to do with this, but the axes will help hide the fact that I messed up the rest of it. But I can't believe that his actual model, this actually snapped in two. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get this to set. Because if I can get the clear glue to go in there, then when I prime it, it'll just prime over it in white. Alright, well, that is the Fellowship. That's not the Fellowship. So, this is the Band of Adventurers from the Hobbit. Oakenshield and company as they embark on the journey that they set forth with Bilbo. We got all of them built. So all of the... And again, very cool idea. So we have all of these amazing models for all of the dwarves, Bilbo and Gandalf. And it's my very first, like I said, model kit for the Lord of the Rings game. I'm intrigued to try a little bit, so we'll try. I think I'm going to buy a little bit more. Not get a huge collection, but enough maybe for us to do small skirmish games. And I'll get some, maybe I'll get the Ghosts and I'll get the Nazgul just to have fun. Maybe the Nazgul against the Fellowship of the Ring. We can do the Weathertop mission. And obviously it'll be fun to paint these. So we'll see how these go and look. But I'm intrigued by the sculpts. I mean, they look very good. You know, being GW sculpts. I mean, like that Gandalf looks very good. And obviously I can use these for other campaigns and such, and things. But if I want, but I like and they look like the movie. Again, all of the movie characters, so they do look like those movie guys. Specifically, you know, when you look at the Bilbo model, or you look at the, you know, and you can see what scale-wise they are. Like, that's the Hellboy miniature game based on these guys. They're pretty small. I wanted to say, I don't think I have a dwarf character to like give a comparison to GW's other games, but I feel like they're pretty much on par, because a goblin model from GW is Open Shield. I mean, yeah, they look good. The models don't look bad. All right, well, that's our build. That actually took an hour, which I did not expect that to. So maybe I will not do a painting video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more Lord of the Rings model building, and obviously want to see painting, please let me know. I'll hopefully get these guys primed. My prime rack is starting to get pretty big. So I gotta get things going. And like I said, actually maybe I still will do some painting. So we might be back for a little bit more painting in just a minute. I'm gonna give myself a break, and then we'll come back and maybe we'll do. I'd like to continue with the Hellboy painting. You guys saw me doing Liz last time. I'd like to continue with Liz, get her finished up, so we can continue to do our thing. All right, well, take care, guys. I'll see you at the next video. And again, as always, I'm the Modern Geek, also known as Vamp Mario. Please consider following the channel if you like what you've seen. If you're watching this after the fact when we were live, please think about following so you can see other content. Sorry I've been on hiatus for a minute or two. I wasn't feeling well. I had a really bad pulled muscle, so to like sit down and to move my hands and stuff was really painful. So I apologize for that. And then, you know, check out the links below to my website and my Patreon. That's some other monetary ways to support the channel. The more you support the channel monetarily, it allows me to buy more of these model kits. It allows me to buy the materials that I use. It allows me to do the things that I do paint-wise. I promise that the content will be more flowing. We'll be definitely getting some new video game content, because Marvel's Avengers is going to be coming out next week. I have a bunch of other GW stuff coming next week. I got a pile of Kings of War stuff that I haven't even finished yet and done. We're going to get back in the swing of things and get videos coming to you more frequently. So thank you guys for your patience. Thank you for waiting. And thank you for following and continuing to support me, which is awesome. But yeah, if you could check out my Patreon and you can check out my website. There's different ways to support monetarily. My website, I'm an artist. Both I do commission painting and I do drawing and illustration. So either, you know, grabbing those services, great way to support me and to support monetarily. Also my Patreon, another great way to support. There's also a tip button there, you'll notice, just for a one-time support. All of that helps with allowing me to buy the equipment and things I need. And then hopefully by you guys following, sharing, and liking this video, that'll get us to other areas where maybe I will get other sponsors, like when I have my Mantic Games stuff, which is Kings of War, and the Hellboy game. You know, that was given to me by the company, which I thank them very much. So that allows for more of those things to happen with the support that you guys give. The monetary support is also so that I can, very shortly in the future, start to offer merchandise like t-shirts and other stuff, but I need that support first before I can do that. So if you think about it and can, it'd be great. My Patreon, there's a lot of different levels. Right now I'm doing a special where you can get in on the independent comics that I do. I'll be actually putting up a new strip hopefully in the next 3 to 4 days. I just have to get the coloring done, and that'll be up. There are 2 original strips up now that you'll have access to, but there'll be more. There'll be some more work that you'll have access to as well. You can also just follow it, support it for $1. That's just a donation, really. And you can check out the other things that are available through that. All right, well, take care, guys, as always, and I thank you. Please wash your hands, stay safe, and support everybody out there, because without everybody working together, we will not be able to conquer the hills that we need to. All right, take care, everybody. I'll see you at the next video, or very shortly.